Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Nelly of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you this evening. I'm being joined by Michael Komaroff from Brooklyn, New York.
Hello.
And how you doing, Michael?
Doing great.
And we are looking at the Southern Tier Lakeshore Fog from Southern Tier Brewing Company out of Lakewood, New York. This beer clocks in at 6.5% ABV. It is a hazy and juicy IPA. I actually haven't tried this one yet. 3 of these were in the variety pack. The Southern Tier Overpack variety pack, which I know you got as well. You get 15 different beers, 3 of each, so you get to try 5 different beers. I paid $17.99 for my variety pack. I believe you got yours for $16.99, correct?
I think it was 16.
Right, so you actually got even a better deal than me. But I think 15 beers, 5 different styles of beer for that price point, I think that's a pretty good deal. And Southern Tier has always made pretty good quality brews. I haven't had anything from them that's been awful, so I have pretty high hopes for this.
And I was very impressed. Look at the bottom of your can for the freshness date. Mine is 6.8.
Mine is, it looks like a 5.28. So
the same range. It's been a couple of weeks. But I'm impressed that I was able. I've had this now for about 2 weeks. And when I first got it, it was less than a month old. So this is very fresh. I normally do not get Southern Tier within a month. So I was very impressed.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pour mine up. And we'll go ahead and get right into it. Nice looking beer.
Bumpy has already, I don't know if he reviewed this. He has had this before. So we were discussing it too. But.
Okay. Craig is in the chat, says, cheers, guys. Cheers to you, Craig. Thanks for stopping by.
Yours has more head. That may have been the way you poured it. Mine has more slim, same color head. Otherwise,
it's kind of a hazy yellowish orange color, kind of like a typical New England style IPA, but maybe just a little bit lighter, not quite as deep of an orange color, but still pretty opaque. I can't really see through it. When I hold it up to the light and the light hits it, you can kind of see some of the light coming through, but you definitely can't see through it, at least not on mine. So
yeah, I can't see through mine either. And it's definitely more yellow than the ones that you get from Other Half and some of the other New England, which are a little bit more orangey yellow than this.
Right, yeah, just not quite as deep of an orange color as a lot of the New England IPAs that are out there.
What kind of nose are you getting?
It does smell relatively juicy.
I'm getting the hop, like a hop front end on mine too.
It's definitely hop forward on the aroma, but those hops are presenting as some tropical fruit. Definitely tangerine. I think that's probably the primary aroma. Some nice tangerine notes, maybe a touch of grapefruit in the background, and a slight pineapple. And then once you get through the hops, I'm picking up on some nice bready malt aromas as well, like some wheat bread. And that's pretty much it. It's not a super pungent aroma, but it's very nice, easy going on the nose. Cheers to you, Vanessa. Thanks for stopping by. What about you, Michael? What do you get?
I think you're correct. I'm getting more citrus than I am tropical, but I am getting the pineapple as well as the grapefruit and tangerine. But I think it's more of a citrus front than a tropical.
Yeah. Right. So whereas most of the New England IPAs, they hit you with the tropical fruit first, I feel like this is more citrus, like you said, the grapefruit and the tangerine, and then that pineapple tropical fruit note is kind of in the background once you get through the citrus notes.
But it smells really good.
And 6.5% actually is kind of on the low end for the New England IPAs that I've had recently. It seems like most of the New England IPAs, these juicy, hazy IPAs, are more like 7.5 to 9, somewhere in that range. 6.5 is actually relatively sessionable for one of these types of beers, it seems like.
Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready to dig in. You ready? Cheers. Very nice.
Very refreshing front.
Very refreshing. I immediately got hit with that prickly carbonation. It's very, very fine bubbles in here with the carbonation. Actually, the aroma, I mean, the palate is more juicy than the nose was. In other words, I'm getting a little bit more of the pineapple up front, and then the tangerine and the grapefruit for me. Let me get one more sip here. The grapefruit for me is really not following through from the nose to the palate. Although I will say that there's a little bit of a pithiness to it. You know, like maybe
like a rindy kind of.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that, but there's nothing to me that distinguishes it as grapefruit. Whereas on the aroma, I was kind of picking up a little bit on grapefruit. So tangerine, definitely pineapple. I'm not really getting any mango or any other tropical fruit on the palate other than the pineapple. And then the wheat bread malt, the nice bready center. It's a very malty beer. A little astringent on the finish. So, I mean, a little bitterness, but it's not anywhere near what you would get with your West Coast IPAs. Although I will say it's a little bit more bitter than most of the New England IPAs that I've had recently. So it's kind of in between, I guess, with the bitterness. But it's very refreshing, nicely carbonated, and I'm really enjoying it.
See, I think what Southern Tier has done, and I think this is a good thing, but I mean, you may get people who would say that they're trying to compete with your other halves and your Treehouse and your Trillium, but they realize that I guess I wasn't making it seem like Southern Tier is a mass marketed beer, but I think a lot more Southern Tier beers are made than these smaller companies. The other ones are smaller batches, so they don't sell as much, and they sell, like 4 16-ounce cans for $20 or something like that. So something like this in the price range, we bought it in these multi-packs where you get it in the $1.07 to $1.20 range for a 12-ounce can. It's a bargain for what you're getting, and it may not be the same level as the other products, but for what you're paying for, it certainly is excellent.
Right. Yeah, Southern Tier has a lot of higher end, more expensive craft beers. This is more of a mass appeal type product. To me, this reminds me a lot of like the Sam Adams New England IPA, or a couple of the ones from the New Belgium Voodoo Ranger series that are more widely available. They don't go as bold on the flavor, so you're getting the juiciness, you're getting a little bit of bitterness. It's nicely balanced, but it's not super in your face like some of these craft New England style IPAs can be. So I think they kind of went for more of a mass appeal thing because it's not overly bold. It's more mellow than a lot of the other New England IPAs that I've had, and the ABV as well to me is key, because 6.5% is actually a little bit on the low end. Nowadays, all these big juice bombs are like 8, 9%. So it's a little bit more safe with the alcohol as well.
At the last one that we did at the Beach Club, I had this, and my friend Gail had another half one, which was 5.5%, which for them is lower than most of the ones they have. But this was like a session one. And the other half one was better, but if you're doing strictly by price point, this would be much better, because in other words, if you're going to spend $5 for another half beer and it's going to be an A, and you're going to spend $1.07, admittedly a 12-ounce, not a 16, but if you're spending $1.07 for a 12-ounce and it's an A-, give me the A- stuff all the time, because I don't want to spend $20 for a 4-pack. I'm not saying I won't. I'm just saying I don't look to do it.
Yeah, as far as value is concerned, with this variety pack, like I said, like we were talking about, folks, you're getting 15 beers, 5 different styles of beer. Southern Tier, like we talked about before, they make pretty good craft beer. I haven't had anything yet from them that's really been even average. Everything from them that I've had has been over average. It's at least been in the B range. And this one's no exception.
And in this 5-pack, John, which you didn't mention, there's a 2X double IPA at 8.2%, which I'm not sure you've tried yet. Maybe you have.
I actually have had. I've had one of those, and then I tried one of the blonde ales that was in there, which I actually
8 days a week.
8 days a week. So I really actually liked it. Very light and refreshing, and a nice kind of breakup beer from the other beers in the variety pack, because all of the beers except for the blonde were more on the hoppy side. So it's kind of nice to get the lighter, less bitter beer to kind of break up the styles a little bit. So we've got John Womack in the chat as well. Thanks for tuning in, John. We appreciate it. As far as a rating for this, it's definitely in the A range for me. I would probably give it around a 93, which is just getting into solid A territory. It's not anything that's going to blow your socks off, but I think it's a good representation of a New England IPA. It's not too bold, so if you're looking to get into this style, this would be a good intro into the more New England style, more juicy, hazy IPAs. And the alcohol, like I mentioned already, is a little bit lower, so you could drink a few of these and kind of figure out if this is something that you might be interested in without getting too hammered.
I'm going to give it a 92. So I'm right in the same range with you, which is probably my lowest A, because my A- range is probably 90 and 91. So it's still an A, and for value, it's an A+.
Yeah, absolutely. For value, it really doesn't get better. I wish they would come out with a seasonal variety pack every few months. I'd love to see like some darker beers from them, because I've loved the porters and stouts, some of the heavier stuff that I've had from them. I would love if they did like a winter variety pack and put some of their other offerings in there. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I've never seen them do one with stouts and porters, though. It seems like it's always mostly IPAs.
IPAs, yeah. They have some great sours as well, which we haven't mentioned yet. I've had their Concord Grape Goza. They have a it's like a cherry sour. I can't think of the name of it, but I've had that one as well. So all of the sour beers that I've had from them have been really good, and that's something else maybe they should look into, because sours and gozas, especially gozas, they're lighter. You could do a variety pack with beers like that, and I think that would sell really well also.
Jay was mentioning that he can't get Southern Tier anymore. He used to be able to get it, but they've been pulled from Louisiana, so he hasn't seen any Southern Tier beers.
Which is unfortunate. Yeah, he gets a lot of stuff down there, but for whatever reason, I guess the Southern Tier just maybe wasn't selling well with all the craft breweries around where he is. As pretty good distribution, though, along the eastern, United States. I know they distribute down in Florida as well, and then I'm pretty sure Drunken One, Brian, Thrash Metal, some of our beer buddies. We've talked about the Southern Tier with them before. I'm pretty sure most of them can get it. So they have pretty good distribution overall. I don't know how far west they go, but at least the more eastern side of the U.S. and even in the Midwest, like Colorado and Texas, they distribute. So,
did you catch the Malty Monday broadcast that was done on the European lagers that we just did on
the international lagers, or
the international lagers? Did you
yes,
watch?
I was actually on the show. I brought Peroni.
That's right, you were on. So you saw the end when I did my unboxing thing with the stuff my daughter got me at the co-op.
Yes, you got some more of the Reserva, the Roja, and
and the Raging Bitch from Flying Dog, which is here.
Right.
See, the thing that's funny, I can't get angry at it, because for 85 cents a beer, again, it's a bargain. So even if you're not getting great beers for 85 cents, most beers, that's a pretty good price for anything you buy. And if you get one which turns out to be really good, then it's terrific. But it seems like half of it is above average and the rest is average. And you have to settle every once in a while for one that used to be their 50-cent special. They throw 3 of those in there. So, I mean, whatever it is. So that's less than 80.
It seems like the one that you got, the beers that you were showing on Monday, they all seem like they were pretty good beers. I didn't see anything that stuck out as less than, average.
I tried this yesterday. This is from Spain. It's called Mahou. So it's a Spanish European lager at 5.5%. And it's exactly like the one I reviewed on Monday, the Reserva 1925. So it shows you Spanish lagers are pretty similar. This one's from Madrid. And I gave it like an 85. So it's a B. But it, again, 85 cents for a B beer is okay. You can't complain. And it was, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
So I like that too. I do like that Raging Bitch, though. If you do like, Belgian IPAs, it's an IPA with yeast in it. So it's a different, call on an IPA without the bitterness, but with the yeastiness.
Interesting. Huh.
So can you get Flying Dog in Georgia?
I have never seen Flying Dog, and the other beers that you keep getting that sound really interesting, the Alhambra beers, I have never seen.
I didn't see those about a month ago in another one of these mystery packs. That's where I got the Roja and the Reserva 1925. So that's the only way I've ever seen them. And the other ones I showed you, the Bell's Oberon, which you definitely can get.
Right, I've had that one before. I think it's a pretty solid wheat beer. It's just.
Can you get Dogfish Head stuff? Can you get this Midas Touch?
Yes, I have had the Midas Touch. I think it's really good, fresh, but I've had it. I've had the unfortunate experience of trying one that was over a year old and something that's over 9. I think it's 9.5%, or maybe it's just 9. It's a higher alcohol beer. There's really not a lot of flavor there to mask the alcohol, so that is one that you kind of want to drink fresh, at least from my experience, because as that one ages, it deteriorates. It does not get better.
I will have to have it soon then, just to get rid of it, because I don't want.
But I really like the fact the Midas Touch is a unique beer because they put saffron in it.
Right,
and saffron is
honey grapes, and saffron.
Which is a unique, very interesting flavor. If you've never had saffron, it's definitely a very interesting addition to a beer.
Maybe I'll have to add that to my. We are going to have one on August 6th, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow, because we can't eat dinner at the beach club anymore because you're not allowed to cook in the cabana. So we're going to come home and have my group here, and we'll just come masked up and sit socially distanced at the table. And you can do it. Look, we have to look at it this way. If you've been able to stay healthy for this time, and some of my friends have been tested. My wife and I haven't been tested, but some of my friends have, and they turned out negative for the COVID virus. And all you can do is just try to stay as healthy as you can. We have a lower rate now. I understand in Georgia now you're starting to ramp up, which is not great.
Georgia is kind of up and down right now. We're on the rise again, but the thing, the numbers are one thing. The number of people that have been confirmed COVID-19, but the interesting thing is that although the numbers seem to be going up right now, the death rates are not. They're actually declining. Right. So to me, I'm taking that as a positive. So even though more people may be getting it, which I ultimately think is inevitable anyway, we're treating it quicker. We're handling the cases better, so more people are recovering, and you're not having it get out of hand.
Right. Well, one good thing, and it's for your state, for Florida, Texas, Arizona, any of these states with the accelerated rates, you have seen the New York and New Jersey experience, and you're not doing it the same way. In New York and New Jersey, when somebody was seriously ill, they would intubate and then put you on a ventilator. The success rate was about 50-50, and that's not good because a lot of people died. Now they'll only do that at the very end. They're trying oxygen, steroids, what's the drug called? Reverserol. There's a drug which they're using with some success. So they're trying that, and they'll only use as a last resort putting you on a ventilator. And I think that's a good thing. because that means what they're saying is they're trying to let you heal yourself with these drugs that they're giving you to do it. So I think that's
right. Yeah, we're still trying to figure out the best course of action as far as treatment, but the death rates are going down, so we're obviously handling it a little bit better, and hopefully that trend will continue, and then we'll finally start to see the numbers really start to go down. So I mean,
at the end of the show that we just did on Wild Card Wednesday, I showed my beer from Malty Monday. And
I left a comment in the chat, but y'all went off air before Ron pulled it up.
You're familiar with this beer.
The Ron Terrio calls it the Dark Knight malt liquor, but I actually looked at I'm pretty sure it means the Dick Kicker malt liquor.
Now I've only had this once before. I bought 2 bottles, and this was in my cellar. But what I decided is when malt liquor won, you have to use the beer in your cellar when it's appropriate. So
right,
taking it out, I paid $3.88 for this bottle at the co-op.
I looked for that beer high and low, but I could never get it. I believe it's just, isn't it like 14? Isn't it over 14%?
Let's see what the alcohol is. I will find it if it's on the label, and it almost has to be on the label, I would think. Let's see. Look on the back. Oh, John cannot get it in Georgia.
What is it?
14.2.
Holy cat. Just over, man. Yeah, I knew it was close.
Went over the edge. And this one was bottled on the 3rd of July, 3 years ago in 2017. So this is actually aged, if you think about it. This is 3 years old.
Man, I wish I was there.
I can't wait until Monday. I'm really looking forward to Monday.
Yeah.
Now,
I didn't even know. I kind of figured when malt liquor won that you would just kind of opt out of that because
look, I'm up for it. And if you're noticing what I'm going to be up against, Hurricane, malt liquor. I mean, the stuff which we're going up against. I'm not insulting it. It's mass market malt liquor, and it can't be as good as this.
No, that's on a whole other level. I mean, come on.
Imperial malt liquor aged in bourbon barrel. So this is, top edge stuff, no matter how you look at it.
Oh, I didn't know. So it's aged in bourbon barrels as well. That's
right.
Wow.
So I've had one, and it was terrific. It was really good. Now you have to be careful with it because at 14.2, 1 12-ounce bottle, and you're going to feel it.
Yeah. Wow, man.
But I'm looking forward to Malty Monday. And I like to participate, but it seems like sometimes when he puts them on, the other people, I guess, have feedback into what they put on. And sometimes it's stuff that either I have trouble getting. I could have gotten a Flanders Red, but nobody voted for it. I could have gotten a Flanders Red. That was one of the other choices. But it's like I have to pick. You have to watch how it's trending at the beginning and then get on with the winner and hope you have it.
Yeah. Well, I should be on next Malty Monday as well. I'm definitely going to pick something up. I may, if I can pick up a Santa Claus, I might get one of those. I haven't had one in a while.
Jay mentioned that he hasn't had one in a while either, and if he could get one,
that's an incredible. I mean, that's probably the best malt liquor I've ever had. And
that's a terrific.
I'm sure it's got like Belgian candy sugar in it as well. It's very malty, very sweet. And I think it's right at 14% because I know I can get it here, so it's obviously not more than 14%. So I'm pretty sure it's either 13 or 14%.
There are very few craft malt liquors, though. I mean, Founders happens to have this one. Santa Claus is a foreign beer, so it's, I think, Swiss, right?
Right. So yeah, I'll do what I can. I mean, heck, if I can't get anything else, I'll anything fancy, I could always.
You can get a Colt 45.
Colt 45, or my personal favorite cheap malt liquor would be the King Cobra.
Right.
So
too.
I can get a big old 40-ounce bottle of King Cobra for like $2.59 or something like that. So
the mass market malt liquors are relatively cheap, which is a good thing, I guess, if you want to get pasted.
Right. All right. Well, let's see. Do you want to go ahead and wrap this up? You got anything else?
We can keep talking for a while after if you want.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap up the live portion of this. Thanks for everybody that stopped by, kind of spur of the moment thing, but really glad we got to look at this. I've got at least one of each of the other ones left. So if you're interested in doing another another Southern Tier beer in the next week or two, just let me know and we can set it up.
Sounds good.
All right. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll look forward to seeing everybody hopefully on Stout Sunday. That'll do it for this live review of the Southern Tier Lakeshore Fall. And until next time, everybody, cheers.
Everybody keep drinking good beer.
That's right. Good beer is gone.
I still have one sip.